What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review the 7th album by American rock band Skillet. Basically, this product is called Awake, and it came out in the summer of 2009. Now, fair about this product here, this was something that was in Larry the Batman fan's summer rotation as far as what's first going to happen when I asked him about that within a miscellaneous video that was posted within the past couple of months. So you can check that out in the miscellaneous playlist where he referred to listening to this project. But particularly, it piqued my curiosity because it's been a little bit since I reviewed Skillet as far as what's first going to happen. It's been since 2017. Pitches like that, so I want to get around to some of these type fairs. I've at least reviewed their 2016 and 2006 albums within these pitches, one of which, particularly Comatose from 2006, was a pretty successful type of album within the pitch. Definitely a large deal within those aspects, and like that particular format was just a lasting type one. But I wanted to see the follow-up record within these pitches, just within these fairs, just the aspect behind it. And I do remember on the occasion hearing some of the singles from Unleashed from 2016 as well within some type pitches. Particularly, I think there's one particular record that I remember pretty well, which was Invincible as far as what's first going to happen. But excellent album within this pitch as far as these first going to happen with Awake, as far as the aspects about it kind of particularly goes. I recommend all 14 of the songs. I'm reviewing the deluxe edition just within the fairs behind it. This album got to the 7th single, so this was another large victory lap for Skillet as far as these fairs going to happen. They had some particular large fair in like the Christian metal and Christian or religious metal pitches like that. It's kind of the aspect. Now this is, Wikipedia says that this is more hard rock. I definitely saw the alternative metal about it. I also see some post-grunge about this album as far as these first albums. Just excellent within the pitch as far as getting towards it. Now, in terms like the fair, it's not to say it's mild sauce within a certain type of pitch, but in terms like the viciousness, the riffs on here are pretty vicious, those type of aspects. It is a heavy type album with the aspect, but in terms of like the gnarledness, it's an album that makes mild sauce kind of dope as far as those aspects going to happen. It's not to say it's a mild album in terms of quality, but just the pitch as far as saying with the ferocity, maybe not every single time being turned up to 10, 11, or 9 within some of that pitch is kind of the fair. If the energy is kind of more at like a 6.5 or 7.5 or a mild 8, some of those type pitches, just the form of saying that the viciousness where it doesn't get turned out to the nth degree, or it doesn't get turned up to like the nth degree kind of extreme as far as this pitch can have. It's not foul to say within those aspects. I just like the appeal of popularizing. It's not to feel like I feel like this album is weak or anything like that. It's this kind of pitch that just does not have like the same, at least in my opinion, the same ferocious kind of aspect to like the bite within a ravenous sense. Not to say it's not vicious. I mean, you will get tore up about this product. It's kind of the ordeal as far as saying it's an easy type record. It has some Jim Beam, some Smoke type air pitches like that. Some of those type of products. There's some ones on here like songs like Sometimes and Hero, songs like that. Certain senses, Monsters, kind of like that as well. Some of these type pitches within the format as far as some of these type ones that do have the tear up type moments. It has some venue dance club type noise pitches like that. It is pretty social type products. It's just the ordeal. This is another victory for Skillet. I definitely say it's up there with like Comatose as far as this pitch can happen. Now it's been a way since I've listened to Comatose. I own that particular album. It's just in the pitch as far as saying it's been a while since I've thrown that in my rotation, so I don't remember it as full bound. It's not terribly many songs as of 2025, as of this exact moment. There's not a terrible super ton of Skillet songs I remember full bound within the pitch, apart from possibly Invincible pitches like that. But this is a classic album within these aspects, definitely an ordeal. I would have to say, I think within the aspect, when I get back to Comatose, I'd probably say it's up there with it, considering it got the 7 singles just like that one. So it's just from the pitch. But I look after here, so I recommend all the songs out of the deluxe edition, all 14. I'm not going to talk about, there's one single that I think happened twice, which I think is Monster or something like that. Yeah, it's Monster. But other than that, 10 out of 10 albums. I look after here. So Hero's the lead single off this project. This is like a trucking along kind of late shift Muzak relief to kind of get within the aspects here. Just some dredge map out of Hero's like a trucking along kind of late shift Muzak relief kind of dredge to kind of get within the aspects of it here. Just map out some rounds pitches like that. And by that fair, I mean particularly figure out where the bar spots are at. Some of these products like some socialize within the products of figuring out what's going to happen within the next few hours. Pitches like that. It's kind of a grand kind of unwind feel as far as these pitches can happen. So just within the pitch, some of these type ones very similar to like Invincible. Some of these type ones by Skillet. Some of these type of products, it is something kind of listen to when it is the dust shift kind of hours, as far as like it being 4:45 or 5:45, 6:45 pitches like that, as far as like, hey, you know, tasks are taken care of, but just the aspect of figuring out the next move of possibly not just wanting to go home, watch the news, so that fair settle and pitches like that. So this is kind of the ordeal. Having some spiciness kind of in mind within those aspects. Pretty good jumper of a song within these aspects here, just good quality. Monster is the second single, and this one's the more amidst the carnage, like the particular fair about this one, excellent type pitch, but this whole album's pretty vicious, but it's just this whole album's pretty heavy hitting, but it's an excellent type one. Monster's like a feeling grand kind of bar hop and night scene kind of spunk as far as these pitches can go. Just some nice jive and Friday embrace, I would definitely say here within these aspects. It's kind of a good banger. It's more amidst a spot where you would have like some rounds in your system, some of these type of aspects within the tone, as far as having like the socialize and the commotion as far as the pitch kind of happens. It just the dance club type energy, karaoke night, some of these type of aspects within the tone as far as just like the ambience as far as the fair is going to happen. Now within the singles, this is one of the few type ones that has more amongst like the full bound kind of viciousness. It's kind of like a ramp up within some of these type ones, but there is a number of kind of similar to like post grunge type ones like Nickelback and Puddle of Mud. Some of those type folks in the aspects for those tones gonna happen. So it has that particular fare, but yeah, some of these type ones are. I mean, there are other ones on here, so it's not just within aspect. I mean, it has like that typical dredge. Definitely some ones to smoke to, and like the evening skies pitches like that, just red and orange skies pitches like that. Some type where it does like some wind down, but just kind of aspect. It's good alternative to Nickelback and folks like that. Stain, some of these type folks in the aspects for these songs gonna happen. Other folks like Default and some of those type ones. Other folks like that, I had to say. But I look after Awake and Alive is the third single. It's a good product here. It's like a dramatic kind of System of a Down, similar kind of night trudging, kind of get within the aspects for these tones. Gonna have just some late errands, I'd say, within the pitch behind this products like that. Just kind of amidst the commerce of just getting some things done amidst the traffic of it. Kind of some paranoia about it. It's interesting type rounds of paranoia as far as what's first gonna happen. Is kind of the aspect. I like the melodrama factor about Awake and Alive as far as what's first gonna happen. Definitely within the pitch. It reminds me similar to System of a Down, but also hints of like Coheed and Cambria, Panic at the Disco, 3 Days Grace, some of those type folks within a particular type aspect. This kind of has that theater-esque kind of dramatic type action. One of the few type ones within the full bound type nest. Not terribly many System of a Down type tangents. More, it might even moreover be more like Serge Tankian from Elect the Dead from 2007. Just some of those type pitches when you think of that kind of just kind of wintry kind of almost wintry kind of biting, just kind of theatricalness about it as far as this fair is going to go. Just kind of also reminds pretty well of like Welcome Home, some of those type pitches within the format of it as far as what's first going to happen by Coheed and Cambria. So just in the pitch as far as saying kind of that dramatic type aspect within the tone behind, but yeah, just some trudging just from the aspects as far as those first going to go. Just traffic pitches like that's a good kind of music, similar to Hero within a sense, but just less recreation, more within the aspect of like some late shift kind of night bustle and snap as far as what's first going to happen. Or some late shift kind of night bustle and motivation as far as what's first going to go. Excellent type pitch. Forgiven is the fourth single. It's like a rainy and pushing kind of makeshift slums of a song, kind of get within the tones. It's a good radio grab, I'd say, here within the pitch behind it. Just typical commute on like a foul day sounds type product. So kind of more amidst like the upside downness as far as this format's going to kind of happen. Kind of more amidst the upside downness as far as this formats would kind of happen. Just kind of one for like a pop kind of grab, pop rock within a sense as far as this pitch can go. Just one of those type ones. Similar like just a radio drew kind of some makeshift kind of radio drew, similar to like Play the Game by Queen. So those type ones that this is kind of a soggy type one with the aspect, but it's a good type ordeal within the tones behind it. Good clean kind of makeshift grab as far as this pitch can have an excellent type product. Lucy is a nice one. This is the fifth single. It's like a strengthy and upkeep and like a pop rock kind of snag as far as these formats can have them. Just good connect and single, I'd say, with the aspects of it. Good conduct and like composition as far as this can happen. Just like some makeshift rumination. So it's kind of the product. Another one to kind of listen to on like a foul day, but just a little bit more remembrance in mind when you think of like Here Without You by Three Doors Down. Some of those type pitches within format. Just good type tone. Just thinking of mishaps within the products as far as those pitches. Just thinking of mishaps with your folks as far as those pitches can have. So just to miss the aspect, good type tones for that particular fair. Just good conduct for that. It's Not Me. It's used the sixth single. It's like a mild sauce kind of riled and evening kind of creeping within that. It's Not Me. It's used like a mild sauce riled and evening creeping kind of get within the tones behind it here. Just grab like a Jim Beam, some pitches like that, some Pizza Night, some of those type fairs. So this one has the same sort of conduct, probably more or less, as like Hero, some of these type ones. Sometime or Dead Inside's kind of like that as well within some of these type products. Just kind of the fair where the ravenousness is definitely on here within pitch, but just kind of as the flavor. This is some of these type ones that just feels more like an 8 or 7.5 in terms of like the viciousness behind it. It's not to say it's not a good song. It's just kind of pitch that just is something to kind of listen to on like a Wednesday night or Thursday night where you might have work or something like that for the next day or two, pitches like that where you can't just get as turned up as like the full bound degree of it. But it's just kind of pitch just having some enjoyment still. He's kind of pizza nut. Easy kind of hot pizza type night, Domino's, some of some pitches, and bottle of Jim Beam, some of some aspects, and tongue good type fare. One Day Too Late's a nice one as well with these pitches. Seventh single here is like a nice post grunge flavored kind of lament and forlorn as far as those tones gonna have them with it. Good evening dredge, I would definitely say this nice one to smoke to and like the evening wind, some of those type fares within it. So just kind of the fare. This is like the typical type format of like you know the drill with like some of these type ones with like the post grunge product of something ripped out of 2006, 2008. You know, folks like Papa Roach and Alien Ant Farm. Nickelback, folks like that, some of these type products within the fair behind a plenty of these type folks. Newfound Glory, Trapped, I don't know if I said Trapped within those particulars, but other folks like that. Marcy Playground, some of these type folks within the product. So it just has that particular fair just to miss like the post-grunge type product. Definitely Nickelback, definitely folks like Stain, some of these type folks within the aspects. So there actually is a series of these on here. So if you like One Day Too Late, there's some other type ones within that product. I would say within the aspect. Don't Wake Me is kind of like that, and Should Have When You Could Have is kind of like that. Some of these type pitches. Would It Matter? Some of these type products. So there's plenty of these within these aspects that just like that good hero, just like some orange skies, red skies kind of nest for like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock p.m. pitches like that. It's good ordeals. But I look after 10 out of 10 album. Definitely worthwhile to get the deluxe edition with at least 2 extra songs within some of these type pitches within the format. But I look after it here. So sometimes it's a pretty quality one within these pitches in terms of something to go for within like a Ravenous type spark. It's like a good could-be single I'd have to say about this one. This Gnarled and 3 Days Grace 2006 like Rager as far as these aspects going to happen with it. Just a house party banger, I'd definitely say. This one almost has like a mild kind of emo tint about it as far as those aspects kind of happen. Just kind of within an alternative type sense. It's kind of the product like some house party type rage. Some house party type rage and conduct within aspect. I like the spice of this particular one. It's this kind of good type one to kind of have the facet of just ambience and pitches like that within the product to just like a good Ravenous type night or some good sparkiness and socialize kind of has this product of some of that type fare. Goes pretty well with Monster, some of those type ones, even though that's more of a bar hop type one. Hero's pretty good for that fare, even though that's more of a commerce type one within the energy, kind of a primer. But definitely Dead Inside and Sometimes like a good 1-2 punch. So speaking of Dead Inside, it's like a good raving kind of turn up, nice banger about this one as well. Grab like a box of beer and festivities, some of those type products within it. Just game night, some of those type fares, whether it's PlayStation or just things like that, DVD movies, some of those type products within it. House party type commotion, just local pop-offs as far as those fairs going to happen. So just excellent type 1-2 punch for some of these. I mean, really the particular fare about this album is pretty Ravenous just with the tone. Is just the fact that it got to the 7th single and all these type ones have different formats and they all hit pretty heavily. A lot of these do have over 6 digits worth of plays on here. There's some ones like one of which has almost 1 billion plays. The Monster song is pretty high up within the grades. That was seemingly definitely a bit large deal within the rock type for. Monster was definitely a large deal within the format of it. Hero has over 540 million plays. Awake and Alive has over 340. There's just some ones on here, so at least 3 out of the 7 singles have multiple millions of plays within those products. So it's a good type product for that. Believe is a quality one within these aspects, like an Evening Gloom and kind of mild Heartland Dredge kind of get within the aspects. This is kind of one that's kind of feels more missed like the neon kind of bar hop type life, something that would go in combination with Monster. It's a little bit more dredge about it. It's like some Muzak kind of post-hour drifting, I'd say here. Just Smoke One, definitely a good song to munch to. It's kind of outgoing, kind of preoccupied with despair thoughts, just out and about as far as this format's going to happen, whether it's vehicle commerce or otherwise. It's kind of the pitch of just social, kind of more out and about, kind of rumination as far as this fair's going to happen, just the drifting of it. That's where the rest of the series of these songs are going to wind up within these pitches. Some of these type ones on here. Never Surrender is a nice one as well. It's like a simmering kind of post-grunge evening basking, kind of get within the content. Never Surrender is like a simmering kind of post-grunge evening basking, kind of get within the conduct of it. Just coast along. I would definitely say here, just some Golden Commute. I'd say pitches like that is good for some Popeyes. So some of these type ones, pretty similar to like One Day Too Late. Some of these type ones, like I've been saying, some of these type products, Believe and Would It Matter. Some of these type ones. Good type pitch to just pick up some of these type forms of just some afterthoughts to kind of have like the product of just the smoke type fare, just easy kind of thoughts on your mind, just the typical kind of dredge and frustrated at 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock p.m. some of those type formats. Don't Wake Me kind of has those aspects as well. This reminds like mid-2000s kind of Nickelback. Also kind of reminds like the song How You Remind Me from like 2001. Some of those type pitches. Just definitely some radio appeal, I'd say here. Kind of a dredgy work shift as far as those fares can have. So just to miss the pitch, some of these type ones is great for like summer kind of afternoon dredge pitches like that between probably 2 and 6 p.m. So those type aspects within the tone. Typical type fare about it. Should Have When You Could Have is a nice one within these pitches as well. It's like a neighborhood kind of evening romp and coasting, kind of get within the aspects. Just grab like some Subway pitches like that, good Sammy, some of those type aspects. Just get a cold beer, also some of those type aspects in the tone. Just a lit type song. It's kind of neighborhood trekking, some of those type formats, just to miss the neighborhood. Just Should Have When You Could Have, just some residential kind of trekking pitches like that. Just kind of hop and bob, just getting things. Some of those particular type fares are just good time waste and summer haze as far as those aspects can happen. Just, yeah, like the vibes and the feel of this particular song. Excellent type conduct. Some of these type ones, just kind of the crest and just local commotion about it. Good, excellent conduct. Would It Matter is a nice one as well. Now, some of these are kind of down in the dumps. There are some type ones. Should Have When You Could Have, Would It Matter, Dead Inside. Some of these type pitches within format do kind of have the upside down typeness, but this is the fairest part of saying it has a good product. I like the ambient type vibes. The song keeps things interesting, despite the fact that these songs kind of have more kind of gloom about it. It's this kind of aspect, as long as if you have like a good Subway sandwich and a cold beer, some stuff aspects kind of should take away like the lament about it, but it's just kind of fair as far as those products can happen. Would It Matter is a good, nice song as well. It's like a harrowing and gloomy kind of. Would It Matter is like a harrowing and gloomy kind of post-grunge dust daydream of a song to kind of get within the aspects of it. Just good ruminate, I'd say here, just some work thoughts. So this is kind of the product some of these have ones. Would It Matter goes along pretty well with like It's Not Me, Widowmatic goes particularly pretty well along with One Day Too Late as far as those formats going to happen. Just that particular aspect of just extra thoughts in your mind as far as those going to happen. Just got done with like tasks for the day, standard dredge of it, good vehicle rumination, pitches like that, just out and about, just the fares that just pick, even if it is local on foot, some of that fares just hitting up like a mailbox, paying some bills, some of that formats within it, kind of within the conduct. So yeah, it's the product as far as this album going to happen. So yeah, this 10 out of 10 album within these pitches. I think I talked about every one on here. The social score is definitely going to get a 10 out of 10 within the aspects. It has multiple songs that have over a few 100 million plays, 7 singles pitched like that. Just the aspect of like switching kind of in between like some mild sauce, but not mild in terms of quality, but this aspect, this more softcore kind of turn up type most within the aspect of discs where it would be Wednesday, Thursday turn up more pitches like that within the aspect, some bar hop kind of spices on here, some neighborhood trekking, some moments like that, some of these type ones within the aspect of like some vehicle thoughts and just extra aspects of just the rumination, the afterthought. I just got done with tasks and the occasion like the flip mode in there as well within the product of just figuring out some moods and modes for like done with things and the relative for like getting done with things and the relative product of just got done with things. So it's just aspects for us and some good type fare within that. The only real thing the sound doesn't have within these pitches is just something kind of amidst like the lunch rush, something like that, something for like noon and 1 o'clock in the afternoon pitches like that. It just has some excellent type conduct. Just some embrace and sunset products. So just pretty much between probably like 3:30, definitely good embrace between the hours of 3:30 to past midnight. So definitely great for the hours from 3:30 p.m. forward as far as those pitch game, just within the excellence of it. So it's good type fare, very social type product, has the sparkiness on here just within a relative product, just kind of the aspect of getting towards some of that bite. So it's good type fare. 10 socials. In terms of feature, like Skillet, not really as full bound sure what their most recent album is within some of these pitches. I know this being their 7th album in 2009 definitely has the pitch that they've probably been around since the 90s pitch like that. It's kind of the ordeal. Now they probably have some, I know they have an album out to at least as far as 2016 some stuff fares, but I think they probably have had a few albums in the 2020s pitches like that. We're going to get to some of these. I'm going to catch up with Skillet a lot more. Some of those type folks like POD and other type folks that Larry the Batman fan's been showing me within some of these other type folks that Larry the Batman fan's been showing me within these recent times pitches like that. So it's good type ordeals. Classic album within these aspects. This real rave blitzer within pitches like that has some excellent type times. 10 out of 10 score within pitches like that. It's a good staple. Definitely a very good 2000 staple that's up there with Comatose, I'd have to say.